Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, it is long overdue. I think it is about time that I talk about Monday Night Raw. The Monday Night Raw following Clash in Paris. I like to talk about non-title things first. I think the first thing I've got to talk about is, the New Day teamed up with, obviously, Grayson Waller, who's probably a part of the New Day now anyway, to take on the War Raiders and Penta, in which they lost that match, which is truly tragic, but not the end of the world. Who cares? They're just dragging out this feud now, which is weird because on the same night, later in the night, the New Day held a funeral for the tag team division. They say ever since the Judgment Day won the tag team titles and the New Day haven't been granted a rematch, the tag team division's in the toilet bowl. And I'll be honest, the Raw tag team division is in the toilet bowl. When you compare it to SmackDown, who's got all the tag teams, all the storylines for the tag team division, the Raw division is terrible. And I do think it has been better in recent weeks. I feel like they've been putting a bit more of an effort. I think since Judgment Day won the titles, it's been better because they've been retaining them. You know, the LWO have had a shot. Where did they come from? New Day have had a shot. War Raiders. Don't know where the Creed brothers have went. But we've seen some more title defenses, which I'm actually pleased with. So there's a positive. Speaking of tag team matches, the Kabuki Warriors took on Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez and surprisingly won. It was a very long match, but the Kabuki Warriors got the win, and I'm actually quite surprised. And obviously now they want to go after the women's tag team titles, which I agree, because the women's tag team champions should be on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. And not like every week, because, you know, that'll take the mick, you know, like their working time would be ridiculous. But they should be defended across all brands, really. So yeah, I'm quite surprised at that win. But obviously Asuka's doing fine with her and Kyrie, and they've kind of had this thing with Io where they're just kind of like, you know, if you're going to be like that, we're going to be like this with you. Which, speaking of Io Sky, it has been announced that Io Sky will take on Stephanie Vaquer at WrestlePalooza. The winner, because they were both going to face Naomi, the winner will be Women's World Champion. Now, I was originally not behind WrestlePalooza, A, because it sounds stupid, but B, because it's this stupid $1 billion ESPN thing for pay-per-view and all that. But I've just found out that it's on Netflix worldwide, or the rest of the world, obviously not for the USA. USA is taking a beating, taking a battering from WWE this year. But I feel like, not that it's deserved, but if anyone had to take it, it's USA, because WWE have given USA everything all these years. So it's about time the rest of the world got some love. But so now I'm excited for this match. But what I won't be excited to see, as much as I love and respect Io Sky can't win this match, man. You can't just put the title back on Io Sky. I know she's in an interesting storyline right now with Rhea Ripley and the Kabuki Warriors, but it's an interesting storyline. And how interesting would it be to have the Kabuki Warriors cost Io Sky? How much more beneficial for the storyline would that be? How much more beneficial would it be for Stephanie Vaquer's career for her to win this Women's World Championship, even if it's just for a small while, until Liv Morgan comes back, or until Naomi comes back, or until someone takes it off her? I don't care. Stephanie Vaquer is a great talent in WWE, and she went through NXT first. WWE normally fails superstars who come from NXT. It would be impossible to fail her if within her first couple months on the main roster she wins the World Championship. It would be impossible. So she needs to win that title at WrestlePalooza. I am begging. I'm on my knees. I'm begging. And one last non-title thing. Finn Balor, Dragon Lee had a match. Probably match of the night. Not because it was that amazing. I just don't think nothing was bad really, but I just think chemistry between Dragon Lee and Finn Balor, think about it. That was probably match of the night. Finn Balor got the win in the end. Again, it's just that Dragon Lee Judgment Day feud. I'm not sure when it's going to end, when it's going to culminate. Is it when Rey Mysterio comes back and we'll have a big Judgment Day LWO fight? I don't know. But decent match, not complaining. Now, there is something I want to get into, but I'm not sure how you know, I'll just get into it. So, as we know, AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. We already had to wait a while for it. We got it at SummerSlam. It should have been AJ Styles' time. It wasn't. Then, they did an interesting storyline, kept us invested. We thought we were getting it again at Clash in Paris, and we didn't. And we quite literally should have, because we had the Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six on a 1 week's notice. We had Rusev versus Sheamus in a Donnybrook match. We had Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch. We should have had AJ Dom at Clash in Paris. But they did it the night after in Paris still on Monday Night Raw in the same arena anyway, which is great. So it's fine. We all thought AJ Styles can have the moment in Paris. AJ Styles can win in Paris. And by the way, we knew AJ Styles was loved in Paris, but not this much. The crowd chanted for over 5 minutes, the same chant. I mean, they got out of time a bit, and I was a bit annoyed that they were messing up that timing, but it was so loud. For an arena that big, I think it was a 30,000 seat arena, to make that much noise is crazy. Now, normally they'd cut to commercial. I mean, you could tell probably for the Americans they would cut to commercial because Michael Cole wasn't talking for a while. But, like, it was just over 5 minutes straight of them chatting for AJ Styles. I loved it. And I thought this was the time Dom was going to drop the title. I mean, think about it. He's held it since WrestleMania all the way up until September 1st. That's nearly 5 months. Do you understand? And he's got a championship match coming up at AAA. He could drop this title to AJ and take a AAA World title. He would not lose any heat. He's got many years in his career to win way more titles. And it would be dropping something minor to take something bigger on. And AJ Styles has not got long left in the business. This would be perfect sense. It's in the perfect place to do it, where they love him. But what did they do? They didn't execute. No, they said, oh, we'll tease it at SummerSlam. Doesn't happen in SummerSlam. After that, okay, fine, we'll give you it this time in Paris, the right location. Doesn't happen again. What do I have? El Grande Americano costs them the match. And do you know the worst part about it is? They had Dominic Mysterio dominate the matchup. They had us not have this in Clash in Paris, right? Which is stupid enough anyway. Made us wait till the night after just for him to get dominated and lose. You let the crowd chant for 5 minutes to have Dominic beat him up for 10 minutes. Are you dumb? WWE does not know how to please their fans sometimes. We've got everyone back home wanting AJ to win this title that don't give us it at SummerSlam after making us wait for months. They make us wait another month just to have him lose it again. They have the Paris fans going crazy for him just to have him get nothing in, no offense, nothing, and have him get cost the match by El Grande Americano. It's so pathetic. I'm over it. I don't give a shit about how much you value Dominic Mysterio or what shitty storyline you have going for El Grande Americano, which there's 4 of which we've not seen the other 3, and it's going nowhere. You're embarrassing Ludwig Kaiser. I don't give a fuck. You're embarrassing AJ Styles. Having him lose to Logan Paul at WrestleMania, then losing to getting hit with a shoe at SummerSlam, as if it's not the same as getting kicked in the face. Then embarrassing him in Paris like that. It's a joke. I'm not like just a ride or die AJ Styles must win everything type of person, but I just think there's been some major disrespect from the people who currently run WWE towards AJ Styles. Vince McMahon was the greatest booker of all time. Say what you want about his latest years in WWE. Yes, Triple H is better right now than what Vince McMahon was in probably the last 10, 15 years. But one thing Vince McMahon had was way more respect for AJ Styles than WWE has. WWE treats their talent so much better than Vince McMahon does. WWE does long-term storytelling way better than Vince McMahon does. But Vince McMahon knew the significance of some people that the WWE just currently don't. What is it with them and not like an AJ Styles? I miss the old AJ Styles that came in from all the other wrestling promotions, finally made it to WWE, and he put on a banger with Roman Reigns. He beat John Cena so many times, broke my heart as a kid, beat John Cena so many times, was a 2-time WWE champion, having great long reigns within both of them, putting on bangers with fucking Shinsuke Nakamura and Dean Ambrose. Are we dumb? Oh, it really gets on my nerves. And it wasn't even the main event. Guess what was the main event? Jey Uso and LA Knight taking on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed again. How many episodes of Monday Night Raw have we ended with CM Punk or Jey Uso or LA Knight fighting someone of the division. And then even when the match is over, regardless of who wins, there's a big fight where some people get beat up and get hurt. We see that every time in Clash in Paris, where there was a banger of a fatal four-way, right? And then we had Becky get involved, which was supposed to shift the storyline for CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Jey Uso and LA Knight fairly lost and were meant to leave that feud. It's still going on. What are we doing? What are we doing? The only exciting thing about that main event, because I didn't watch it. Why? Because we've watched it for 5 weeks. More than 5 weeks. I didn't watch it, but I did watch the end when they were getting all beat up. And Jimmy Uso came to make the save. Thank God. Maybe we'll get the Usos come back. Maybe that's a bit more interesting. Maybe, or just maybe, we're leading to the Vision versus the Bloodline at War Games. Bet your bottom dollar it's happening, because it's goddamn happening. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, right? Because the Vision's only got 3 members, not including Becky Lynch, right? Don't know how they're going to do it, but Bloodline Vision's happening at Survivor Series, whether you like it or not. And also, is Jimmy now staying on Raw because we sent Sammy over to SmackDown to even up the numbers with Jimmy and Jacob, and then sent Jimmy back over at Monday Night Raw? What we're doing? When we're getting a draft, do a draft. Don't just shimmy different superstars all over the place. It's a joke. I'm sick of that. It's a great storyline in that, but it's just been dragged out. It's just been dragged out. The execution has not been there. People are just riding because we're ride or die. Yeah? But stop taking the piss. You're making me bored of Jey Uso. You're making me bored of LA Knight. You're making me bored of Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. And these are talented superstars. Jey Uso and LA Knight, more on the older side, yes, but still incredible in the ring and incredible charisma and incredible on the mic. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker, great potential in the ring and still need to develop those characters a bit, which they are doing fantastically. But you're going to make them boring when you do the same shit. It's a joke, and I'm bored of it. Have LA Knight win the Intercontinental Championship. I want nothing else. Actually, I lied. There's lots of things I want. Including even the segment. The segment between Becky and Punk. Why wasn't that the main event? Or the opener. CM Punk was waiting the whole night for Seth Rollins to arrive just to find out, oh, he's been in building the whole time. Okay, goes out the ring. Becky comes out to Rollins' music. Pretty cool. I love that Becky's involved with this, right? Because a power couple running the Vision. Hello. And she's going at CM Punk, right? And she's insulting him. And this is a great matchup. We need to run this back again because Punk and Becky, 2 great talkers on the mic, 2 of the best. So we need to run this back. And they did do some digs. But again, I'm not going to recite mic stuff because I'm not going to remember it. It's not going to translate the significance and the coolness of it, really. But we had this whole insulting him thing. Seth came out, but then Seth sort of went back. And then Becky was slapping him up and doing all sorts and insulting him. And this is where they're teasing the AJ Lee more like, oh, AJ Lee. Until she didn't come out. Yeah, AJ Lee didn't come out. And she's slapping him, insulting him. And he just goes, you're going to regret that. And walks out. No AJ Lee. That was perfect time. Because now, what did happen? It was a promo off and then an awkward slap and an awkward walk away. That's what it was. Just have AJ Lee come back then. Everyone's talking about Friday Night SmackDown. And AJ Lee come back on Friday Night SmackDown. Did I miss something? When did they say that CM Punk and Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins were going to be on SmackDown? When did they say that? Are they waiting until they go back to America? I've got no clue. If you ask me, this episode of Monday Night Raw was trash. It was terrible. It was a terrible episode of Monday Night Raw. Why? Because AJ lost. It wasn't the main event. Becky Punk segment didn't end the way it should have. It was quite awkward. Main event was dog shit. The best match of the night was Finn Balor and Dragon Lee, a random match in the middle of the show. The only thing that made that show good was that French crowd. Give yourselves a pat on the back, France. I think as Europe, as a continent, we're talking England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, France, Spain, Germany. We all need to give ourselves a pat on the back. We are the greatest fans in the world. The only place we need to go that has any type of competition to compete with us as crowds is Puerto Rico. But yeah, that's my opinions on Monday Night Raw. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.